Hello, good morning. Good morning. Please respond anyone. Roll number 98. Roll number 98. Hello. Roll number 98. Satish Reddy, Seelam. I hate my life. Both are, please change your name. Join with your register number. Satish Reddy, Seelam. And one more person, I hate my life. Please rename. Please mute yourself. All of you, please mute yourself.
You phone
Charulata. Who is Charulata? If you join with your names, we don't find your register numbers. Otherwise, we put option for you. So change your name with your register number. Roll number C4. Roll number C4. Unmute yourself. Roll number C4. Roll number C4. Can you hear me? Roll number C4. Please respond C4. Roll number C4. Are you there? Hello? Roll number C4. Hello. Hello.
నాకు చెప్తావా నాయకు అవుతుందా అంటే నేను
Hello.
వాడుతున్నాను తెలియడానికి
Hello.
మాట చెప్తాగా తేడం కష్టం చెప్పకుండా సేవ చేయడానికి.
Hello. Please mute yourself, all of you. Roll number C4, are you there or not? Sir, please absent C4, sir. He's not responding.
Okay, madam.
Roll number 55. Roll number 55. 55. 55. Hello. 55. Hello. Roll number 55. Sir, please put absent who are not responding for my call. Pawan sir. Pawan sir. Roll number 10. Roll number 10. Roll number 10.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, what is the class?
Ma'am, your voice is not audible, ma'am. Can you please repeat, ma'am?
What is the class?
OOPS, ma'am. Object-oriented programming.
No. See, what is a class?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, what is a class? Class. Is my voice is audible or not? Please tell me, anyone. I'm speaking very loudly, but you told that your voice is not
Yes,
audible,
ma'am.
ma'am. Is it my voice
Yes,
is
ma'am,
audible?
audible.
Yes. Today I want to
It's a
explain
program
about...
code. Program code.
No. Today I want to tell you about structure in C, because in C++, class is looks like a structure. Yesterday I'm explaining something, but you are not responding. That's why today I want to explain about a structure and how to access structure members, all these things. Then you have a clear idea about what is class. Okay? Yes? What is a structure? Can anyone please answer? What is a structure? Respond. Hello? What is a structure? Please respond, anyone. Otherwise, how can I tell you? No. Okay. Hello. Please, anyone define a structure?
Ma'am,
Yes.
Ma'am,
Please.
we can perform.
structure is a user-defined data type, which is the combination of different data types.
We can perform a program with a collection of different types of data elements, ma'am.
Okay. Structure is a collection of
Different types of
different
data.
data types. It is a heterogeneous data type.
Data type.
Yes. So how we can declare a structure? Declaring a structure using struct keyword. Yes, right? Struct keyword. We are declaring a structure. Structure name. Here I am using student as structure name. Okay. In structure, we can declare variable. Here, variables are called as members. Okay. Int roll number, char, name of 30. Like that, I will take some data members. Every structure is ended with a semicolon. Yes, right? Can I initialize values here? Hello? Can I initialize values to these members? It is possible or not? Hello? 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 Please unmute yourself and answer.
No, ma'am,
No, why?
because it is a user-defined
Data type.
function.
So, user-defined type. So, we can't initialize values at the time of structure declaration. Okay. Next. But we want to declare or we want to initialize values to a structure members. So, directly we can't initialize values or we can't access structure members directly. So we can use a structure variable struct student. Yes, here S is a structure variable. Structure variable is used to access the structure members. Okay. We can create one or more structure variables. Now, how we can initialize values? Using structure variable S dot member name roll number is equal to some 9. Okay. Next, strcpy of S dot name comma abc. Is initialization. Yes, is it correct or not? Hello? Is this process is correct for initializing values? Hello? Wait. Please answer anyone. Is it correct or not? Hello? Hello? Is there anyone or not? Hello? Hello?
Ma'am,
Hello?
ma'am, చెప్పండి.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, is it correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, sir.
Yes.
Correct, ma'am.
Why you are taking so much time to respond? Okay, yes, it is right. Here I want to declare one more variable S1, S2 and so on. Okay. Like this, we can access variable values. Yes. This is going to be the structure and our roll number and name are structure members. We cannot directly access structure members. So we are using structure variable to access structure. Structure variable dot member is equal to value. Okay, this is structure in C programming. In C++, class, we are using classes. Classes are related to structures, but structure has only data members, no functions, whereas class includes data members and also functions. Okay, I'm showing that is also class name student. So ఇక్కడ మనం data members. Next one, operations or functions. Operations. Again, we have to declare object class student. Yes, here S is a object. Object is used to access class members as well as class functions. Okay. Again, I'm showing key concepts of object-oriented programming. Yes. What is object? Object is a instances of a class. Every object is associated with a data and functions. Object is a real world entity. For example, myself, I'm considering myself as an object. I'm performing different operations, cooking, teaching, other than that. Okay. So object is a real world existing entity. Object can perform multiple operations using associated data. Next, this is going to be example. Here student, we are taking student object. Student object is associated with attributes, nothing but members and operations. Okay. Every object is associated with attributes as well as operations. Class. Class is a collection of objects. A class can contain one or more objects as like as structure. Okay. Once we have defined a class, we have to create n number of objects. Okay. For example, here I am taking a class name as fruit. Fruit class consists of different objects. Mango, apple, orange. These are members of the class. Once we declare a class, no memory is allocated. Okay. Once class is defined, but no memory is allocated. Once we declare an object for a particular class, memory is allocated. Class lifetime starts when object is initiated only. Without object, there is no life for class. Yes, got it? Please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next one, encapsulation. Encapsulation means binding data and functions into a single unit. This is the example for encapsulation. Binding means grouping. Grouping into a single unit is called encapsulation. For example, class. A student class is a combination of attributes and functions. It is called encapsulation. Okay. These attributes and please stop annotations. These attributes and functions are not accessible to the outside world. That means we have declared these attributes and these functions to a particular this student class only. We have to create another class that is nothing but a faculty class. We can't access these attributes in that particular class. These attributes are related to this class only. So these members are not accessible to outside world. Okay. Next. This is nothing but information hiding. Next one, data abstraction. Data abstraction means, hello, please mute yourself. Data abstraction means it shows essential information to the outside world. Remaining information will be hidden. Okay. In class, attributes are called members, data members. Next, functions are called methods or method functions. Called methods are member functions. Here, see, these attributes are called data members because they are holding information. They are holding information. That's why these attributes are called data members. And next, these functions are called functions or member functions. Okay. So what are the differences between abstraction and encapsulation? Encapsulation binds code together, code and functions. Okay, it is provides security. Next, abstraction, it shows only informative methods out to the outside world, not showing remaining methodologies. It can use access specifiers. Abstraction uses access specifiers for providing security. Okay. Next one, inheritance. Inheritance means deriving properties from one to another, one class to another class. So each and every class has some properties. We can derive from A to B. A has some properties, B has some properties. A derived from B, so B has both properties, self properties and also A properties because it derived from A. Have you seen this diagram? This is the example of inheritance. It is visible or not?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Yes. Here I am taking a class, first parent class as bird. Okay. Again, the bird class derived into two types, non-flying birds and flying birds. So this is the child class. This is the parent class. Okay. Child class has hold both properties, self properties as well as parent properties. It holds two properties. Again, the child class divided into two classes. That is nothing but type. Flying birds no type, robin and swallow. Whereas non-flying birds again classified into penguin and kiwi. It is inheritance. We have birds. In that birds we have different types. Okay. We can separate them based on their features. We can separate them. It is nothing but inheritance. Next one, polymorphism. Polymorphism is a Greek word. Poly means many. So one operator or one function can behave multiple types. Here I am taking a plus operator. Here it perform two numbers addition. Numbers here I am taking integer values. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. These are number values. Yes, plus is for numerical numbers. And next, second example, I am concatenating two strings. String 1 plus string 2. Here I am using character type data. Okay, here I am using integer data. Here I am using character data. So, two are different data types, but here I am using a common operator plus operator. So, the operator behavior depends on given data. It can perform different operations based on given data. So process of making operator with different behaviors is called operator overloading. Next, function overloading means a single function name can be used in different times. Then, first time I'm using a function name with integer values. Again, same function name is used with float type. Again, used with character type. All these are three different data types, but I'm using single function name. Okay. That is nothing but function overloading. We will deeply discuss in later. Show this diagram for polymorphism example. Here I am taking a shape class. Shape has different types. Circle is a shape, box, triangle. Different types. Here I am performing draw operations. First shape, same. Shape class is used as circle. Next time object. Next time triangle. But here same operations I am performing. Draw, box, circle. These three are different, but I am using same function name for three different objects. That is nothing but function overloading. Function polymorphism is related to inheritance. Okay. First we have a shape class. In shape class we derived it to circle, box and triangle. These three are different objects, but I am performing same function, same operation, that is draw operation. It is function overloading. Here I am using plus, that is operator overloading. It is operator overloading. It is function overloading. Next one, dynamic binding. Dynamic binding means uh, linking of calls and related data is called dynamic binding. For example, wait. Okay. Here I am taking two functions x and y. Already I am written function definition for x and y. But up to I'm calling a function, these statements are does not work. So once I'm calling x of function, the control goes to that function definition. So I'm linking these two. This process is called dynamic binding. Dynamic binding means linking of procedural call to the code to be executed. So here I am calling x function, that control goes to the definition. So that linking process is called dynamic binding. If I am not calling any function, no code will be executed. Once I am calling any code, the related code will be executed. Okay. Next one, message passing. Message passing. So already I told that objects, a class has number of objects. So in the process of executing a program, objects can share the data from one to another. So first we have, there are three basic steps for message passing. First one is class creation. If we create a class, there is no use until I initiate an object. So once I define an object, class also activated. So then creating objects from class definitions. Next, establishing communication between objects means calling from one object to another object, which I want to going to perform certain operations. Objects sending and receiving messages from one to another means one function to another function. Okay, it is nothing but message passing. Here is the example. Have you seen this? Yes, the example. Employee dot salary of name. Here employee is an object. Employee is an object for a particular class, and salary is the message, name is information, particular person name. It is one more example. Message passing, there are three different objects: student object, faculty object, management object. Information passing from one object to another object. Okay, this message passing. These are basic key concepts of OOP. Any doubt? Please ask me any doubt. Hello? Anyone? Do you have any doubt regarding the basic concepts of OOPs? So, okay, you don't have any doubts. I have some doubts. Roll number 84. Roll number 84. Roll number 84.
Hello, ma'am.
What is inheritance?
Binding of code and data is called inheritance.
No, that is nothing but dynamic binding. Inheritance.
Deriving properties from one class to another.
Yes. Roll number 47. 47.
Ma'am,
What is polymorphism?
parent-child relation, madam.
No, that is inheritance. Polymorphism. I'm asking you polymorphism. Can anyone please answer what is polymorphism?
The ability to take more than one form, ma'am.
Yes, right. Who is this?
59, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Madam, please inform Charulata roll number 33 to change her name to register number.
Charulata, I'm informed.
Our, seems to be our roll number is 33 and we are having only 30 seconds of time.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, first 100 participants, please exit and remaining will. We have less than 30 seconds. Pavan sir,
Madam,
sir, time అయిపోతుంది మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను సార్ అయితే